Hello, I'm Eric Reese. We're here today to practice Tai Chi Chuan, a Chinese system of exercise, meditation, and self-defense. We advise you to work at your own level, a safe level. Avoid doing anything you have concerns about, or if you doubt your ability, hold on to a chair while we're doing balance exercises. You can do any of the exercises seated. So we don't take responsibility for your safety. That's all up to you. So let's go ahead and begin. Let's loosen the joints a little bit, and let's start with the shoulders. So we all hold a lot of tension up here, and rolling the shoulders gently. Just working at 70%. Even something this innocent, we want to work very gently. And one of the reasons is so we can feel like we're letting the mind relax. So the relaxed part is the meditation part. And let's go the other way. Now, even though we're not working full out, we almost don't even feel like we're stretching. We're just circling gently, oiling the shoulders with our movement. Even though we work very soft, over time you're going to realize you have an increased range of motion, less aches and pains. So working softly produces a lot of grand results. We have to give it a chance to work. Okay, good. Let's do one of our 5 basics, picking fruit. We're going to open one hand while closing the other into a loose fist. Even the fist is not held tightly in Tai Chi. We close it loosely. We call it a cotton fist. It's soft. Notice one hand's closing while the other rises. And they stop at the same time, so this hand doesn't continue down by itself. We want to feel the connection of one arm to the other. And from the side, you can see that my hands are forward of my body a little bit. This prevents neck strain. So if I'm putting my hands directly overhead, I have to bend the neck very far back and distort my posture. So I'm going to have the hands slightly forward of my body. While one goes up, the other comes down. And as you practice, notice the difference in the feeling, that closed hand versus the open hand. Close and open is yin and yang opposites. Can you feel the difference between the yang hand and the yin hand? Yin and yang. And relax. Okay, the next one, let's go ahead and loosen the waist. Very important anti-aging exercises because stiffness often begins back here. So in this one, we're going to put the hands on the back near the kidneys. And we're going to circle gently again, oiling the joint, which we call the waist. So we're going to look at the waist as another joint in the body. Now you might notice you're also exercising the hips. You're getting a nice massage in the stomach and the other organs around the abdominal waist area. Liver, kidneys, colon, spleen. Very important to help the function of the body by internally massaging the organs. And it's part of the anti-aging benefit. Let's reverse it. So at home, you're going to do more repetitions if it feels okay to do it. Or you can do it more than once during the course of a day. And beware of the stiffness of our current lifestyle, doing so much work seated in a chair and looking at a screen. We really need to take stretch breaks throughout the day. So when we talk about aging poorly as one of our 4 opponents in Tai Chi, what is aging poorly? It means feeling old before our time. So if we're 30, we feel like we're 60. Anti-aging is when you're 80, you feel like you're 20. And relaxed. Now, because meditation is integrated into everything we're doing, we want to do everything with a very relaxed mind, which is why we don't work too hard or strain. The meditation's been proven by science and medicine to produce anti-aging benefits. So the more relaxed we get in our brain, the longer our lifespan, this has been proven in studies, and also the better our health. Meditators, as a rule, go to doctors less often than non-meditators. And of course, you know, medical expenses can be very high, and a lot of people are bankrupted by their medical bills and the drugs that they need to be on, right? Did you see the air quotes there? They need to be on those drugs. Okay, don't want to create any great controversy here. But, you know, drugs are for people who are sick. When you're healthy, you don't rely on drugs. So, eat good, sleep good, think good, and the thinking good is the meditation. Relax the mind. Now we're going to do the prayer wheel exercise. And I have my left foot forward. You're going to have your left foot forward as well. So we start with the left. That's a Chinese tradition. The prayer wheel is a very easy way to learn how to meditate while we're exercising. So most people think of meditation as completely still. We sit in a chair or we sit on the floor with our legs folded. In Tai Chi, we meditate while we're moving. We also do standing meditation. So if you're new to meditating, the first thing you want to do is be aware of your breath. Be aware of your breath. We want to do diaphragmatic breathing. The abdomen is moving with the breath. Stay with the breath. When you inhale, feel it entering the nose and going all the way down to here. Imagine it's going down to here. It doesn't really do that, and we wouldn't want it to. But imagine inhale. Stay with the breath as if it can go way down here in the body. And when you exhale, imagine it coming back up and then coming out of the nose. Let's change sides. See if you can get a sense of meditation. Don't try too hard. It's not going to be like a big bang, right? It's a very subtle effect. The mind gradually releases its stress. You start to feel better. And with regular practice, you feel more at peace, not so easily riled. In order to use Tai Chi for combat, for fighting and self-defense, we need to have a meditative mind always, even when we're challenged to get stressed out. There's nothing more chaotic than a real fight. If we can stay calm during a real fight, we know we've achieved mastery. Now, a lot of times we're in a stress mode anyway from things that aren't as dangerous as a real fight, but we perceive them as also being dangerous to our health. Just driving on the road sometimes produces that fight or flight energy, that stress. And when we experience that fight or flight, two chemicals are dumped into our bloodstream that we manufacture ourselves, not because of the stress, but our reaction to the stress. How we react to the stress. We create adrenaline. It races our pulse, right? And it might cause us to do foolish things. Also, cortisol is a stress hormone. The body creates cortisol. Cortisol's been linked to cancer. So more relaxed mind, more meditation, less chance of cancer. Okay, so it's all very important to safeguard our health. Now, let's go ahead and do the first movement of Tai Chi. In fact, we'll do the first two movements as a kind of moving meditation. We bring the hands up and then down. We'll add a gentle stretch. So I'm going to push down with the hands and lift the top of my head toward the sky, then relax. Grasp bird's tail to the right is the second posture in the form. Bring your right hand up and turn your right foot. Now you're facing an imaginary opponent that was to the right side of your body. Turn back. Relax. Now, because we didn't take any steps, we're still in the same place with our feet. Commencement. First movement. And deep breathing. Notice the breath. Keep some attention on the breathing. And see if you start to feel mentally relaxed as you practice. Now you're lifting your left hand. I'm mirroring you again. And turn your left foot. As if somebody over there is punching, you're protecting your chest. The lower hand's protecting you from a kick from somebody else. So we're always doing martial arts. You might wonder, how can I meditate and imagine I'm fighting at the same time? Practice. Commencement. Gently stretch. Relax. Grasp bird's tail to the right. Turn back. And I'm turning my foot on the heel. On the heel means the heel stays on the ground. So I lift my toes a little bit in order to turn it. Grasp bird's tail. Lift the toes, turn on the heel, then relax the foot so the foot is flat on the ground. Turn back. We'll do it one more time. Now, you're learning the first two moves. You're doing it to both sides. Practice it at least 10 times in a row so that you have time to learn how to meditate. In the beginning, it takes us longer to enter meditation. With practice, we can enter it in a half a minute. Commencement. Gently stretch. Awareness of the body from head to toe. Grasp bird's tail toward the left and turn back. And see if you can imagine while you're doing it how you're defending yourself with the movements. Of course, we would move faster. Let's go ahead and do our knee rotations. Wider stance, we're still warming up. Hands above the knees, 9 circles. We do these every day without fail, knee rotations. And reverse. Notice I'm looking forward. So I don't want to do it looking down. So lift the head. And relax. Okay, good. Shake it out a little bit. Let's go ahead and do one more and work on balance. And again, have a chair nearby or a table or the wall, and you can hold on to something until you don't need to anymore. So we're gonna stay optimistic. I may have to hold on in the beginning, but later I won't. Turn the right foot out at an angle and put the left foot on the toe. The heel is about an inch off the floor. This is called child worshiping Buddha. So my elbows are out to the side, not down like this. The hand pressing together in front of the heart. Now, one way to gain some more strength is just to go up and down an inch. And you might start to feel it in your muscles. Okay, and then find a position of comfort. If this is too much weight on the back leg, maybe you're healing injuries there, particularly in the knees, you need to stay conscious of that. You can put weight in the front foot. Put the heel down, you can put weight in the front foot. Now, if you're okay with no weight in the front leg, you can practice with the knee up. And we're working on balance, obviously. And relax. Okay, and shake it out. Okay, turn the left foot out at an angle. Right foot in front, resting on the toe, unless you need to put the foot flat because you're healing injury or on the mend in your other leg. The heel would be an inch off the floor if you could do it that way and empty the front leg of weight, or working on this. And relax. Now, when we lift the knee up like that, we're also engaging the abdominal muscles. Okay, a lot of people have lower back trouble because the abs are not strong enough. Let's always say they're not strong enough yet, because that implies we can get them stronger when we practice the proper exercise. So, let's make sure we understand why we're doing things, why it's important to do things. So a lot of times lower back pain is from the abdominal muscles not being strong enough. So we're strengthening the abs by lifting the knee. You can even see the abdominal muscle go in. Stomach goes in a little bit. Now, let's say, boy, I haven't exercised in a number of years. How should I practice it? I can practice holding my leg up and then also practice letting go of it for a few seconds. I'm engaging the abs here. Hold the leg. You can do the position, child worshiping Buddha, and even go to a kicking position. Work the legs a little harder. And then the other side. Right? And if you're new to it, you could just lift the heel, hold it for a few seconds, put the heel down. You're already starting the work. Then you can hold the knee up for a longer time, and eventually hold the leg out. And relax. Okay, good. All different ways to practice. Now I'm going to use a chair here again and show you a stretching for the legs. This is fairly high up compared to where the floor is. So I'm going to stand in a bow stance first. You have the right leg forward. Now turn the back foot out, shift back. I may have to move this a little bit, then pat the chair, like that. Now the idea is, if that's too easy, you're going to find a lower chair, maybe a stool. And eventually you want to be able to slap your hands against the floor. So you might come down, give yourself some feedback by slapping. You might need 2 chairs for this, but we're on a budget here, so I'm just going to use one and move it. And slap the chair. So without that being in my way, you see, and work on that stretch. You could also do it with the hands near the knees. I'm trying to keep my upper body vertical, so I don't want to be doing it like this with the body bent like that, or we would say, I don't want to do it and bow. I don't want to bow forward like this. If I have to bow, I'm going too low. So I want to work this area and work on relaxing the hips. Hold the head up. You're not looking at the floor. Okay, and with steady practice, we'll be able to drop down lower. And if you ask a little kid to show you this and do it, they can do it usually no problem. They can get it so that their butt is about that far off the ground. And we have to work really hard to get back to where we were when we were kids. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll do something else. So some of our Tai Chi moves are very gentle and simple, like how we started out today. Some of them are a little more complex. That keeps the brain processing, keeps us lively, keeps us from getting Alzheimer's, because we're thinking a lot while we exercise. Let's go ahead and let's do some things that involve some kicking. Okay, we've done a few things lately. I'm going to move toward the camera and I'm going to reverse it so you're kicking with your left heel. Now when we do a heel kick, we're going to pull the toes back. We're going to stretch the toes back toward our hip so that the heel would be the thing that touches the opponent. When we kick with the left leg, the left arm is in front. And we do a heel kick. Heel kick. So when you did that, you were pulling the toes back. Now you can see how our exercises are progressive. They're allowing the body to do more over time. If I can do more when I'm 80 than I could when I was 70, that's called anti-aging. If I have to do less when I'm 80 than I could at 60, that's aging poorly. So get the concept of why we practice. Anti-aging. The fountain of youth, basically. And kick with the heel. Now we're going to place the foot down in front, facing out that way. Okay, so we're going to do it again. Whoops, I started moving to another posture, so that was my mistake. Here, we're going to step forward. We're going to do a modified brush knee. The left leg's forward. The left hand is brushing past the left knee. Brush knee to the left. Now, this is a big opening at the hip. It's 90 degrees if you look at your feet. One's facing a wall. The other one's facing another wall. 90 degrees, a right angle. I'm going to do it again. You do it with me. And kick with the heel. Now step forward. Brush the hand past the knee. And as we go forward, turn the back foot on the heel, and we feel instant relief because we were doing a big stretch, and now we're not. And it's more relaxing now. Okay, good. So from the brush knee to the left, we're going to turn the front foot and take another step and do a brush knee to the right. The right hand brushes past the right knee. Again, the mirror image of how you're doing it. And now we have a move called step up, which means step forward. step up and punch downward. So my forward arm's still protecting my body as if I'm in a real fight. And now we're going to tilt forward and punch downward. As if we were going to help somebody up off the floor, somebody maybe who fell, and we're going to grab hold of their wrist and help them get up. So when we do this shape, you can think of reaching down to help somebody. And we're tilting the upper body a little bit so we can punch down. Of course, in a fight, maybe you knock somebody down and they're trying to get up, and you punch them again so they don't get up. Years ago, I bought my dad a paperweight for Father's Day, and it said, "Never hit a man when he is down, he might get up." Okay. Anyway, I thought it was funny. So here's the other side. Now you can follow me the other way. Kick with the heel, and you're doing a brush knee to the right. If you mirror me, turn the back foot a little bit, relieve the stretch there. And brush knee to the left, step forward, brush, and push. Step up and punch downward, turn the front foot, make a fist behind your back. So notice when I do that, you can't see what I'm doing back here. So it's a little sneaky. If you see a fist, you can be pretty sure I'm going to try to use it against you, right? So you're already on the defense. But if you don't see what I'm doing back here, you are not going to protect against it until it's too late. Bam. Step up and punch downward. Okay, I'm going to do it once facing the wall so you see it from another angle. Follow as best you can. Step forward and brush. Step forward and brush. Step forward and punch downward. Make the fist behind your back and punch. Now I can turn my foot toward the front and do it going the other way. We have a little routine. Kick with the heel, modified brush knee, step up and punch downward. So we have a big variety of movements to practice, big variety of exercises. Now we'll go ahead and we'll get ready to close. We'll do 1 minute of standing meditation. I mentioned it today. The feet are a little wider. How we meditate in Tai Chi standing is as if we're wrapping our arms around a tree or a big rubber ball. The fingers can't quite reach each other. So we want them about 3 inches apart right here. So in the beginning, just doing 1 minute of this can be very challenging. Later, you can work up more time, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, more. Just standing. Learn how to relax the mind, even though in the beginning you're in an uncomfortable position. Standing meditation. I would suggest you learn how to meditate with your eyes open, at least half open, when you're standing, so you don't get dizzy or disoriented or risk a fall. And then we close it up. So it looks easy, not so easy in the beginning. Condition yourself to do the more challenging things more easily. That takes time and practice. And I'll see you again next week. I appreciate you being here. And you're going to make a fist with the right hand. In this case, I'm doing my right as well. Cover the knuckles with your left hand. Clap at least 3 times.